Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're taking a look at a cold steel folding knife. This is the Verdict. It's a somewhat recently released knife to the public. And yeah, let's just dive right in. Starting off with the clip, as you can see, it's a low profile pocket carry clip, a rather short, skinny one. Now, some of you guys, you're going to love that. Some of you are not. I am not a fan of low profile pocket carry clips. Honestly, if you have a knife that has a black handle with a black clip with black screws holding it in place, and it's lower down on the black handle, and you normally wear black pants, that's going to be a heck of a lot more low profile than whatever color pants you wear with a bare metal pocket clip, because this is going to stand out, clip to the top of your pocket. Yes, the handle will be completely hidden, but this slightly subdued bare metal pocket clip is going to be blatantly visible. And nowadays, what is it that guys carry clipped to the top of a front or side pants pocket? Yeah, a knife. So it's low profile carry. Not really. And this is a very tight clip. Very tight. I can easily clip it onto a pair of formal dress pants. But if you typically wear cargo pants or especially jeans, yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue right there. That is a very tight clip. Very tight. As you can see, it's secured by two screws. Easy access through the top of the clip. And it's a two-position clip only. So tip-up carry, left or right hand, and that's it. But keep in mind, this is a budget folding knife. Well, it's pushing the envelope of budget. Moving on from the clip, we have the handle, and Cold Steel has some sort of proprietary designation for the handle. Basically, it's glass-filled reinforced nylon, so it's a polymer handle. I'm sure you guys have seen countless knives that have glass-filled reinforced nylon polymer handles. That's what it is. It's basically an advanced plastic. Yeah. Now this handle has, and that's very difficult to tell, but yeah, it's just the polymer. There's no steel liners on the inside. There is a bit of a texture. The best description I can give it is a cat's tongue texture. It's ever so slightly rough. And I mean extremely, ever so slightly rough. Thankfully, it's not a smooth handle. But yeah, that's not a lot of traction, guys. Yeah. Definitely cat's tongue style texture. It's there. It's not super smooth, but yeah, not a lot of texture there. And I do want to mention that this handle is available in different colors. This particular one is Flat Dark Earth, or FDE. You can get it in black, and you can get it in OD green. This is the one I happen to get. And if you look online, as of the making of this video, you can actually get this one for about $10 less than what this particular variation usually costs. So you get to save a bit of money on a budget folder that's already pushing the upper tier of a budget folder. Yeah, look online. You will be able to find this for about $10 less. Now that might change next week, so don't hold me to that. Overall, the handle is quite comfortable. Keep in mind, I do wear large size gloves. The handle just barely accommodates all 4 fingers. There's this tiny hump right here. That's uncomfortable. But if you go over it and place your thumb on the spine, yeah, very comfortable grip. And this is just a minor thing right here, but I just don't understand why that hump is there. I mean, it's really unnecessary, but okay, it's there. A bigger issue is that in the closed position, this handle, as you can see, there's some contouring. And this portion right there, oh yeah, that portion, that's an issue. Right there. That is an issue, not in the open position, but in the closed position. Because when you're trying to hit that thumb stud, you're not coming in from the side, obviously. You're coming in at an upward angle. That's normal. And as you come in from the normal upward angle, yeah, that portion of the handle scale, again, no metal liners on the inside, just polymer plastic, that does get in the way a bit. So if you're looking for fast, rapid deployment, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Yep, that is so ridiculously common on the verdict, at least for me. Maybe you have slightly longer thumbs, but yeah, that is an issue. Every time I try to flick this knife open, that's what happens every single time. And I don't think it would happen if this particular bit of plastic or polymer plastic wasn't there. So yeah, that's an issue if you're someone who likes flinging your knives open using the included thumb stud. And let's talk about the thumb stud. Two-sided, and it's a little hard to tell on my camera. Maybe you can see it there. The left side is not quite as proud or tall as the right side. Well, hold on. I'm getting that a bit mixed up. If you're a right-hander, 90% of the population is right-handed. This is your thumb stud on the left side. So, right-handed individual, that's your thumb stud on the left side. That one is taller then the thumb stud for the other 10% of the population who is left-handed, which for them is on the right side of the blade. Sorry about the confusion, guys. Thankfully, though, you can actually remove the thumb stud with a slotted driver and change it around if you're left-handed. But yeah, this thumb stud definitely slightly favors right-handed users. And it's the type of thumb stud that I would recommend you ride the thumb stud. You just saw what happens when you try to flick it. And sometimes when you try to ride it, your thumb slips off because unfortunately, even though it looks like it has some impressive grooves on both sides, those grooves are horribly shallow. They might as well not even be there. Maybe they were put in for show, I don't know. But yeah, those grooves that perhaps look impressive on camera, nope, they're horribly shallow. They might as well not even be there. So you ride this open, try not to have your thumb slip off the stud in order to open it. All right, moving on to the blade. Now, maybe it's the fact that the blade itself is a bit wide and the handle is also a bit wide. This blade looks as though it might be right around 3.5 inches. Nope, 3 inches. This is a 3-inch blade, and as usual, guys, specs in the description box below. Be sure to check that out when the video is over. But yeah, that is a 3-inch blade. And the nice thing with a knife like this, when you have polymer plastic handles without any steel liners on the inside, overall weight is only 2.5 ounces. That's right, 2.5 ounces. Very nice if you're looking for a lightweight EDC pocket knife that is on the bigger side of what you would expect from a pocket knife or a tactical one-hander. And this particular blade shape, you can have it in clip point, which you see here. That's my preference, because when you go with a clip point blade, it's difficult to run afoul of dirk or dagger laws that prohibit symmetrical blades. A clip point blade is not symmetrical, never has been, never will be. So this is the safe option. But again, I'm not an attorney. I probably don't live where you do. So please check your local laws before carrying any sort of knife. I will say this, though. When it comes to dirk and dagger laws that specifically target symmetrical blade shapes, yeah, clip point, not symmetrical. So that's a good thing. But yeah, you can get a blade in Tanto point, spear point, or clip point. As you can see, nice hollow grind. And let's address one of the big issues. This blade steel 4116. That's right. Obviously, budget steel. Though, as we know, cold steel definitely knows how to heat treat their blades. However, 4116 is definitely a budget steel. So you're going to be resharpening this guy quite a bit often. For those of you who like the overall looks of this knife, but you wish it came with a better steel, good news, it does. there is an AUS 10A option for the blade steel. One thing though, every single example I've seen of the verdict with that blade steel, black coated. So if you like black coated blades or you don't mind having a black coated blade as your EDC and you want a better steel, there you go. AUS 10A is available for more money, but also for more money, nearly twice as much money, you do get G10. So you can get an upgraded version, AUS 10A steel, which is the equivalent of roughly 440C stainless steel, and G10 handles instead of polymer plastic. You just have to put up with a black coated blade if that's what you want. Moving on. Let's talk about who this knife is for. A lot of you are probably looking at this thing and saying, okay, it's another budget offering from a well-known company. Okay, it looks nice, but what's so special about it? I mean, obviously not the lanyard hole that you get over here, not the deep profile pocket carry clip. What makes this special? It's obviously not assisted opening. So what is it that makes this knife so special, so different over every single other knife out there that comes with a 3-inch blade, a low-profile pocket carry clip, cheap polymer plastic handles, and a lock mechanism? Well, that's the thing that makes this guy special. This is not a midpoint rocker lock, and maybe some of you already noticed that. This is actually one of the absolute least expensive options that you can get from Cold Steel that feature their extremely strong, possibly the strongest on the market. That's not just marketing hype. If you know how this lock mechanism works, the triad lock from Cold Steel, yeah, this is an extremely strong lock mechanism, a lot stronger than a typical midpoint rocker lock. That's not what this is. This is their triad lock. And the best way you can tell is that gap right there. You see that, and you know that this is a Cold Steel knife. That's the triad lock from Cold Steel. This thing might actually be the absolute strongest lock mechanism on the market. And Cold Steel has made it available on a budget folder. Now that is huge. For those of you out there who are on somewhat tight budgets and can't afford Cold Steel's more expensive offerings that come with the triad lock, this is your best bet right here. The Cold Steel verdict. So, if you're on a tight budget, though not too tight, this is something that you can afford, and it comes with the absolute tough as nails triad lock that makes this almost as strong as a fixed blade. So if you've ever wanted to try out the triad lock, but you thought it was out of your budget, guess what? Nope. And I will admit, though, it is pushing the upper limit of what a budget tactical folder is, or a budget one-hander. I've seen these normally sell for just under $55. And the other versions that come with AUS 10A blades and G10 handles, those are right around $93. Personally, I would not buy those. No. For $93, I would rather spend a little bit more and perhaps get a Cold Steel Recon 1. But that's just me. I mean, yeah, a triad lock, clip-carried one-hander for just under $55. Very nice. Now, perhaps you're someone who had a bad experience years ago with a folding knife, with a lock mechanism. Maybe the lock failed and it came down on your fingers. Ooh, hopefully that knife wasn't sharp. This one definitely is, but you've got that triad lock. So who is this for? This knife is for those who have always wanted to try a triad lock cold steel knife, but thought it was out of their budget. And more importantly, this knife is for anyone who, main thing for you, I want the strongest lock mechanism possible for the least amount of money. I don't care about handle contours. I don't care about thumb studs that might be a little slippery. I don't care about this, that, and the other thing. I care about price, and I want the absolute strongest lock mechanism I can get on the market, because I don't want that blade coming down on my fingers, or I don't want that blade coming down on my fingers again. Because sometimes when that happens, you end up suffering nerve damage in your fingers. And that's not fun. Thankfully, hasn't happened to me, but I've heard some horror stories. So, if you're on a budget, and the main thing for you is a lock mechanism that won't fail you, this right here, Cold Steel Verdict, that's your best bet. Absolutely. That's who this knife is primarily for. Guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will be back soon with more content, obviously, but please continue to stay safe out there, because unfortunately, yes, it is still dangerous out there. Have a good one, guys.